84%. Research conducted by Dr. Robert Vallerand indicates that approximately 84% of people have a passion for at least one activity. Look left and right. This data suggests that not everyone here has passion. Are you one of the 84%? Merriam-Webster defines passion as a strong liking or desire, or the object of someone's love, liking, or desire. But how does one honestly know if something is a passion? The research indicates that if something is truly a passion, three things have to occur. First, the person has to choose to engage in that activity freely, not out of obligation. Second, the person has to place high value on that activity and that it's very meaningful to them. And third, the person has to be motivated and invest significant time and energy in all aspects of that activity, emotionally, physically, behaviorally, and even cognitively. I know this all too well because of my journey. You see, I love to dance. And I could do African, I could do modern, I could do jazz, and I even tried ballet. And during a performance, I'd get this great rush of emotion that would come through my body that I couldn't explain. But truth be told, I did not have the preferred body type to be a professional dancer. But that didn't stop me from dancing in plays for the community because I loved to dance. And I enjoyed math too. So when it came time for me to go to college, I had to select a major, and my family said, "You have to choose something practical, Jennifer." So because I enjoyed math, I had a conversation with my math instructor, and he told me, "Well, you could be a mathematician." That did not sound exciting to me. Then he said, "Well, what about an accountant?" I said, "That's it. I can become an accountant." I told my family, and they were thrilled. Maybe some of you sitting here have felt pressured to pursue a specific degree or to give up a hobby that you love because others said that you should. Fast forward to after college, I actually joined a Fortune 100 company in their accounting and finance department. And the manager at the time said, "Jennifer, to be a practicing accountant, you need to be a CPA." Next thing you know, I'm sitting for the CPA exam. On exam day, I arrive at the gymnasium. I come in with hundreds of people filing in one by one to secure a seat in one of the rows that were as long as the width of a football field. You see, the exam was 4 parts, and we had to complete it part after part all together as a group. Imagine this. I've completed 2 parts of the exam, and I begin the 3rd part. And then it hits me like a sack of bricks. I don't want to be an accountant. Then my mind goes to, what am I going to tell my manager? Oh my goodness, the company had paid for the review course and the exam. Will they be mad at me? Will I get fired? All I know is that my body was flooded with fear and I was worrying because I didn't know what I was going to do next. I continued with my program and completed it. And then one day, someone came to me and said, "Would you like to join Six Sigma Quality?" And since I knew I wanted something different, I said, well, why not? It was in that role that I found what I really love, helping leaders choose behaviors that help them be successful as well as developing their skills. I was so thrilled about it. I had found what I loved. I stand here before you today saying that when I work with leaders, I love what I do, helping them choose those behaviors that will position them for success and inspire others to achieve their potential, to achieve their greatness. And I still dance. So if you think that you have to do the practical thing and give up what you love, I invite you and encourage you to incorporate what you love into what you do on a day-to-day basis. In fact, you have to, you need to, in order for you to achieve your greatest potential. My journey, combined with mentoring college students, coaching leaders in Fortune 500 companies, facilitating training sessions, it all stimulates my desire to help leaders like you find the activities that have your souls on fire, to live a life filled with passion. You have to. And in 2015, I founded the Passionate Leader Institute. You see, I was studying what was going on with leaders, and I realized that leaders, and passionate leaders specifically, were on a continuum. They were on this continuum from flow to distress. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that all passion is healthy or it contributes positively to society, and that's why we're going to explore this continuum using a person named Andy. You see, Andy has been asked to lead a team of individuals who are planning the graduation activities. 10 people have signed up. Andy is thrilled about this because she gets great gratification out of leading a team. So before the first meeting, Andy meets with each person individually. She wants to learn who they are. She wants to build those authentic relationships. And during the first meeting, Andy creates the space for people to feel valued and to share their opinions and ideas. Andy's experienced a wonderful sense of fulfillment. Andy is in a state of flow. After the meeting, Andy is walking on campus in this state of euphoria and runs into a dear friend, Robin. She tells Robin how excited she is about all that's going on. And Robin says, Andy, why do you spend so much time fussing over this team stuff? It's not your major. Andy slips out of her state of euphoria because her environment has changed and her friend is not supportive. Andy is now in a state of content. A month later, the team is working towards these activities, and Andy has a great idea. She can't wait to share it with the team. So in the next meeting, Andy shares her idea, all enthusiastic, and the team didn't think it was all that exciting. In fact, they came up with different ideas. But Andy believed that her idea was the best one. And so she decided to move forward with her specific idea. The team shut down. Andy was in a state of fixation. And now as graduation is approaching, things need to get done quickly. But Andy notices that the team isn't as responsive as they used to be. And oh, by the way, they're actually slow on getting those activities done. So Andy, being Andy, picks up the activities from the other individuals and starts doing them in addition to her coursework and her other club responsibilities, because failure is not an option. Andy is in a state of distress. As you can see, passionate leaders can move throughout this continuum depending on their environment and what is going on in their life, their mindset. The goal is for leaders to fluctuate between flow and content to be their most effective selves. Because when a leader is sitting in distress and fixation, it can lead to broken relationships, exhaustion, a lack of sleep, and even burnout. The key is to become acutely aware of where you are and to navigate the continuum to have healthy, productive lives and relationships. And even though in the example I shared with you, Andy was a leader of a team, that continuum applies no matter what your passion is. If I leave nothing else with you today, I invite you to consider this: 84%. Your passions are the fuel to drive your success. Incorporate them into your life so that you can be yourself. And know that they are not something extra just to do on the side. For you to be the most effective leader, the most effective person that you can possibly be, the happiest that you can possibly be, know what your passions are and navigate the passionate leader continuum so that you can have success in your life. Because passionate leaders create a ripple effect on society. Make yours a positive one, and let's help our society move towards better things. Thank you.